Stephen A., Max, Molly, I believe one of the questions from today was, who do you have a problem with the most from Sunday's games? Richard Sherman, Odell Beckham Jr., or Cam Newton? Guess what? I got a problem with them equally across the board. When it comes to Cam Newton, he always acts like an immature 7-year-old who stole his ball and he's going home to mope. He hasn't changed one bit when it comes to any of that. He says he's going to change. He'll do better when it comes to all that stuff. He's been in the league since what, 2011? I haven't seen it yet. But he continues to get up there in front of the press when you lose or you get your butt whooped and all you get is, next question. We got to find ways to win. But when you're winning, or you're kicking people's butts, you can smile and dab and all that. You can have your picture taken with your teammates on the sideline when you're blowing people out. All of that stuff. You get up there and smile and everything's going great and you're all in a hunky-dory mood. It's a joke. He's never going to change. Guess what, Cam? You're not a sore loser. You just can't handle losing. And until you can handle losing, this is what you're always going to see from Cam Newton. He's never going to change unless somebody actually gets a hold of him and says, look, we need to teach you how to handle losing the correct. Watch tapes of Peyton Manning. Watch tapes of Drew Brees. Watch tapes of Tom Brady when they lose. They don't get up there like this and, oh, woe is me and, oh, man, it's just, That's all you're ever going to get out of Cam Newton. It's a joke. He'll never change in that manner. Guess what, Cam? You're 26, 27 years old now. You're a 5-6 year veteran in the NFL. How does that come off to your teammates? How does it come off to his teammates when you get up there like that? It's just, it's a joke to me. It just doesn't make any sense. You need to handle how to lose. Not a sore loser. Just don't know how to handle losing. But you're all hunky-dory, ripping your, Superman. Well, guess what? Even Superman has kryptonite. You think Superman would act a fool? You think Superman would act like you do when you lose and you can't handle it? When it comes to Odell Beckham Jr., that's a joke too. You come up with the biggest play of the game and you rip your helmet off. Didn't cost his team the game, but it sure as hell could have. Then you go over to the sideline and act a fool with the kicking net, and I don't have a problem with that. But guess what? It takes away from the focus of the team. The team. You're drawing focus to yourself. That's really all you've ever done since you came into the league. And then afterwards, well, I'm glad, me ripping my helmet off and getting the penalty didn't cost us the game. Well, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. What happened to the receivers and the running backs and the quarterbacks of the golden years or even 10, 15 years ago where when you score a touchdown, act like you've been there, hand the football off to the ref, and then if you want to go over and celebrate with your teammates, that's a different story. But it's evidence from last year when he got in with Josh Norman. Got to change, but I got to change. I got to change a little bit. And then he comes out this year preseason and says, well, I'm still going to be who I am. Guess what? You're not 12. You're a young man. You're 22, 23 years old. Act like a young man. Act like an adult. You're an adult. When you turn 18, you're technically an adult. So act like it. Act like you've been in the end zone before. Don't rip your helmet off. You could have cost your team the game. And when it comes to Richard Sherman, I almost feel like giving a pass because he went to Stanford and some of the stuff he does is intended and he knows what he's technically doing. But guess what, Richard? Everybody has a bad game. You were getting your butt whooped by Julio Jones, one of the best and most physical receivers in the NFL. You're not the only one who's got their butt kicked by Julio Jones. And then if it was a miscommunication problem on the defense, like you're saying it was after the game, you still don't have to act like a fool. You go up to your defensive coordinator and talk to him like a young, adult, civil human being. But instead, you're going to go over to the sideline and pitch a ruckus? It just doesn't make sense to me how these players like Odell Beckham Jr., Richard Sherman, and Cam Newton can act a fool. When things don't go your way, The three of them have shown me they cannot handle it. So across the board, they bother me. Same percentage-wise, 33.3% all across the board. Guess what? If you, Odell Beckham Jr., Cam Newton, Richard Sherman, you look at the letters in their names, you can find the letters M-E, me. That's what they're all about. Even though they say they're about the team, deep down inside, they are about me. Plain and simple. And if you look at all three of their names, you can find the letters M-A-N or M-E-N. Be a man. Be men about it. Be mature, responsible men and stop acting like idiots. And that's all I got to say about that.